Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third episode of the N-word. It's not Noodles. It's Nerd. Oh, right. We were supposed to say that all at the same time.
Well, we did pretty well.
I was with you.
I am your not host, Edward.
I'm your not host, Robert or Tony.
I'm your not host in a different seat today, Brennan.
Ooh.
If someone says not host one more time, hi, I'm John.
And we have another not host. A special guest star, Groot.
I am Groot.
This is Cory,
Hi,
a good
Cory.
friend of mine. We just saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he's Groot.
It was Groot.
We can
It
talk
was
about
very
it
Groot.
since we've all seen it now.
Yes!
That's true.
So let's
can be
talk
like
about
Kevin
Guardians
Bacon.
of the Galaxy. It was so good.
I did. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Can I just say it was a turning point in my life?
Really?
Well,
There wasn't like...
originally, my favorite superhero was Iron Man. And I was like, yeah, Iron Man, alright. And then I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, oh my god, Rocket Raccoon. And then I delved into the backstory of Rocket Raccoon, and I was just like, alright, screw Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon's amazing.
I must know what happens with Rocket, because now that I watched it the second time, I was like actually able to like focus on him and like, and all of that stuff that he said in the bar in Nowhere. Or whatever, when they were all gambling and he was drunk and he was like, my life is horrible.
Yeah,
I
he,
think
like,
Tony should nerdgasm about Rocket's backstory, because finally somebody else will have a comic book character's backstory.
Except for you.
Other than me. The last episode, there was like
Yeah,
three
you were
30-minute
just-
periods where I'm just like... about like backstories of like different people and how they interconnect and how they play together and how they play against each other. And then I kept looking at everyone, I'm like, am I talking too much?
We're just...
there was no stopping him. He just, when he started, he just went, whoa.
So tell us about Rocket Raccoon.
Okay, fun fact, there's a whole planet with like bio-engineered animals and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whole planet, they're all talking and
That's
shit.
cool.
And he's got like a talking
Is it run by
walrus
a
psychic.
doctor?
His sidekick is a walrus.
So it's Justin Long in that new Kevin Smith movie.
Yes.
That's what his sidekick is.
He's such an underrated badass, though. He's
Justin
got a,
Long or the Walrus?
Or I love how Rocket Raccoon wasn't one of the options.
He's omitted out. No, Rocket Raccoon, he's such a badass. And, like, some of his one-liners are freaking awesome. Because this one guy's like, oh no, what are we gonna do now? And he's just like, alright, Jack. You're going to stand there and you're going to go, wow, Rocket Raccoon, I'm so glad you brought that ginormous gun, and I'm going to go like this. So what's the origin story?
So, like, yeah, but, like, how is there a whole planet of these genetically
I don't know that yet. I just know that that's where his HQ is. His operations.
Ew.
Yes. Mm.
That's freaky. I didn't like the,
So it's light delving into his backstory then.
that was very
Yes,
light.
I still need
That was
to
such a
backstory.
backstory.
Scratched the surface, as it were.
I tested the water.
Well, there's only a couple of comics about Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, there's
though,
not.
aren't
There's
there?
nothing compared to like Deadpool or Superman. Or
Tell us how you really feel. Oh,
We had a segment on that.
Superman.
Yeah, no, we covered that last episode. So wait, who do you think is going to win, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
crime.
The Xenomorphs.
Crime will win. Crime wins. Yes,
Xenomorphs will win. Xenomorphs will win. It's no contest.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to come from, but it's going to happen.
I don't want Batman to win, though, because it's Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
see,
Let's
we
give
were-
him a choice to redeem himself for Daredevil. I mean, because he really needs to redeem himself.
Is he going to be
for
Daredevil?
He
No,
has
he
been
was
Daredevil.
He was Daredevil.
And it
Really?
was the
Yes.
worst
I don't know.
piece of... We could have done better with, like, going to a leather fetish shop and buying a couple outfits and doing it in my backyard.
I mean, that sounds more fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's actually...
Big Saturday.
That would.
I second that. Field trip time.
Get a
Field
camera.
trip with
Make
the
an episode
N-word.
out of this.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't a very memorable movie because the only thing I remember was like, oh no, I'm blind. I saved this one chick from walking out in front of a car because I'm blind. Oh look, I broke these black guys' kneecaps. Okay, I'm good.
The one
And
thing
it's
that I took away from Daredevil, our father is legally blind. So it's the one superhero movie he really got behind. It's the blind superhero.
Yeah!
See, we decided that Gone Girl is actually a prequel to Batman vs. Superman.
Did we decide this?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Oh, well,
I missed
me and
the
my
meeting.
bullet did. Groot and I.
Groot
We are
and
Groot.
you.
Yeah, we decided, since wait, has everybody seen Gone Girl?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
then,
so good.
then
That's
just,
what I hear.
just
It
just
redeemed
from
Ben
just
Affleck
from the
for me.
ending,
That's
can't
good.
you see him wanting to become Batman?
Like from the beginning of Gone Girl?
No, from the end of Gone Girl. Just like...
Well, I think it would
Right.
solve all of his problems.
I think it would too, see?
Yeah, but I didn't see that at all. If he became Batman at the end of that movie, that would be very unexpected, Cory.
Well, but he obviously did because he's playing Batman in the next movie.
Oh.
That's how movies work.
That's how movies
It
work.
all
It's
connects.
the same
Yeah,
character they all play.
I don't see the first Batman movie with Ben Affleck as a sequel to Gone Girl. I don't see that.
Lee Pace went from being Thranduil, king of the Wood Elves, to space, and then became a supervillain.
And became Ronan.
Yep.
Face.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
it is.
Wait, is this not how movies
Face.
work?
No.
Oh, and
no,
just
we
like
got-
Sherlock
we just
Holmes
talked
later
about how-
became Iron Man.
Yes.
We just talked about
It's
how
immortal.
like all these universes connect with each other and like
Like
all
the Pixar
American
theory.
Horror
Oh
Stories.
yeah, we did talk about the Pixar.
We did talk about that. So I'll go with it.
Yeah,
Thranduil is Ronan.
Wait, so
Thranduil is to Ronan as Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck.
is to Batman. Because I don't remember his name from Gone Girl.
I
I was
don't know
focused
one
on
does.
too many
He didn't have one.
things. No.
He didn't have a name.
Husband.
Husband.
Gone Girl was
Character.
awesome though. Like I want to nerd out about
Oh,
Gone
yeah,
Girl.
I wish you guys had seen it.
I wish
It's-
it was like because it just like if I already didn't have trust in women, I definitely don't have trust in women.
Wow.
now.
Good. So it's a public service.
Absolutely.
Video. Okay.
Absolutely. It
I'm
says-
glad,
it's a
I'm
movie
glad
that
they
says,
finally get them warning out. Because
It's
women
a-
are evil, vindictive people.
It's a movie that says don't trust women. They all will slash the throat of Neil Patrick Harris.
My woman.
Spoilers!
Oh, sorry.
So true. And
Sorry,
it's
it
a
happens.
symbol for gays.
Of course.
My one
He's our
friend who's a
mascot.
girl that has seen this movie came home saying like, "Oh yeah, no, it's a story about you can't trust anyone. It's all trust issues." And all the three guys who went and saw it together are all going, "Oh no, that was about women." No. I know you're trying to downplay the women are crazy sons of witches, but it was about women.
Yeah.
They are.
You can see it in their eyes. They're crazy eyes.
some call those woman eyes.
Kind of like a devil's eyes. Lifeless life.
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Well. Anyway.
So Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, there we go. I was going to say we didn't really touch base on what we were talking about.
Guardians-
So, you guys just saw it, so let's get your fresh opinion on it.
I
seen it
I already saw it once.
Oh, fair enough.
I thought it was really good. I really did. I really liked it. I'm still kind of a sucker for the Avengers. I really like the Avengers. But it was different. It was a very different setting.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like that.
so-
I think that was definitely the reason that I liked it
Mm-hmm.
because I was
It's because you like the Avengers.
I get very bored quickly with the whole, oh, I was a poor little white kid, and now I have superpowers, so I must redeem my parents or whatever. So
Must
Batman,
avenge
so
my
super
death.
What are you
parents.
talking
I must
about? There's
avenge
like
all the things.
3 black people in the Avengers series.
They're all combined into Nick Fury.
Yes.
So combined, we are Nick Fury.
No, there's Falcon.
That's his superpower. He's just 3 black dudes.
Falcon, War Machine, and Nick
Jesus.
Fury.
Right,
That's all you
yes.
get.
But I think it was really refreshing to see something that was completely on another planet, and it wasn't all incredibly serious,
Yeah.
and it had those moments of like humanity.
That's what I was going to say. It was definitely more of an underdog superhero story,
Yes.
where like Avengers, they're all kind of like, we're all badasses, and we've done things that are pretty high up there. We all have our own movies, and now we're going to come together to be one giant Nick Fury badass. And, as
By
where-
our powers combined,
Oh god.
I am
no.
Nick Fury.
By these powers combined, you're just Samuel L. Jackson.
These
He's
motherfucking
true.
snakes. off
True.
this
Hawkeye
fucking
with
plane.
one heart.
That's all he's good.
What was the first episode? This is the second Snakes on a Plane reference.
Oh, is it?
We
Yes.
had Snapes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
people might
Snakes.
think you're
What?
up to something.
Are you gonna say something, Cory? Oh no, it's fine. It'll
But
look
yeah,
like it's going to sleep, but it's not.
Guardians of the Galaxy definitely had that, like, when they're all standing around and they're like, we're losers, like, And he's like, no, well, we've actually all lost something. But
Yeah.
seriously, it's all like, they're kind of all no-ones. They are epic, you know, they still are pretty all awesome. But
Well, they're all criminals, though.
Yeah, they're all criminals.
They're all flawed heroes.
Yeah.
Which is
And
really
they
nice.
haven't really
Anti-hero.
done much.
Anti-hero is the word.
You know, they
Flawed
haven't
hero,
made their
anti-hero,
names
John.
for themselves.
Mhm.
You know, they've all just kind of been doing their own thing.
Well,
even though they're all known.
Except for Star-Lord.
Yeah. Well,
No one knows Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Also, on an acting film level of nerd, Glenn Close had a very weird part in that movie. Like, why was Glenn Close the one to play the president of the planet there?
Glenn Close just knows she's fabulous in whatever she does. So she just shows up.
Did you see Albert Nobbs? That was the weirdest fucking movie on the planet.
No.
It's Glenn Close plays a woman that is pretending to be a man so that she can have a job in, like, Britain when it's in a very bad economy. So it's like old-timey, like...
Moulin Rouge.
It kind of has the feel
Or
of...
Mulan, not Moulin Rouge.
It
Mulan.
kind of has the feel... It has the feel of one of
Getting
those
the
British
Mulans
movies
mixed
like Downton Abbey or Gosford Park, you know? But it was Academy Awards and won a whole bunch of things in like 2002. But
I'll make a man out of you.
all right.
Swift as a raging
So
forest,
anyways,
as my brother would say.
Glenn Close is playing a woman that is playing a man, and everyone thinks that this man is named Albert Nobbs and that he is the butler. And so Glenn Close had to basically play a man. And then Albert Nobbs finds another woman trying to be a man, who obviously looks like a woman, so it did a much worse job of turning the woman into the man. But that's just my opinion. And
So it's a movie about a drag queen whose last name is Nobbs.
basically,
I love it already.
it was a very
It's
strange
pretty
movie.
much the inverse
Did you not
of
see
Mrs.
that
Doubtfire.
coming?
Inverse
hoping you
Mrs.
sidestepped
Doubtfire.
that
It's
landmine.
Mrs.
Never did
Doubtfire to the negative one.
Thank you for the math joke.
So that was Edward's film nerd explosion part of tonight.
I loved when he's talking to Glenn Close. Well, I don't think anyone's ever 100% a dick. Yes. He got my dick message!
He got my big message. Yeah, I loved all the little things in that movie too.
Oh, there were some great one-liners in there.
I liked all the old school references too that they had.
Mm-hmm.
These references.
The soundtrack was just
Awesome.
They're releasing it as a cassette tape.
Really?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
buy
that's
it
so
as a
cool.
cassette.
That's
Play
so
it.
cool.
I have
I have a cassette
Walkman.
player. I use a cassette player,
There's
but
a
I
cassette
use
player
it
in my
as
car.
the headphone cord into my phone.
I drive a
when
car
have
made
the
in this
cassette
century.
player thing.
I'm good for you.
My Prius has one.
Cars come to me to die. That car is held together by tape, gum, and sure willpower right
I just
now.
wrote an essay about duct tape. Yeah.
You wrote an essay about duct tape?
Yep.
He's addicted.
Yep. No, it was a position
He's
paper.
abducted.
Is he stuck on it?
Okay, I actually...
Okay, both of you, I'm stabbing
I actually did that in the essay.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was just like, I really hope my professor gets this. Yes. But in all seriousness,
I'm
duct
glad
tape's
I'm
the
not the
best.
only one that always just like includes little puns in like a very professional essay. Or,
I've
like,
done that in
I put
business
them, I put
plans.
them in my resume too for like jobs that I've applied for, and I put little like funny things in them because you can't like apply and just be totally serious all the time, especially if it's me. Like you can't do
You
that.
have to be memorable too in your resume.
Right.
That's something you
Yeah,
have to stand
yeah,
out
that's
with.
absolutely what.
Because they
I'm trying to
read, 500 of the same. I did retail, restaurants, and sales.
do.
I did a Captain America joke in my past essay.
Ooh.
It was awesome.
The last big essay thing that I wrote, it was like a big economics paper that I had to do really well on, or else I would fail and then not graduate high school. But I did like a very, very good job, and I made it like very good for my opinion, and then I was like, this needs more Edward. This is too serious. This is not Edward enough. So for the cover page, the cover photo, it was like, have a photo of like one of the stocks that you chose for your economics project, and then like a picture relating to that. So I looked up Zynga, because that was the stock that I chose, and it was like Zynga announcing that their stock was on like something, and it was a big announcement, and there was all these people, but there was a guy like right in the middle of all this group of people, and it was just like, He had like 100 chins, and he had like really big eyes or whatever. And so I was like, what can I do with this? So I did one of those memes where they Photoshop the guy's face onto all of it. And I took the first cover page was of just the picture, and then it zoomed into the guy's face on the next page, and then again on the next page, and then again on the next page, and the final page was just everyone with this weird ass face. And I got 100%.
I took a event planning class, and we had to set up like a convention coming into town, and we had to plan out the 3-day event, book everything. Every guest member was a superhero, but it was their normal persona's names. So like Clark Kent was in attendance, Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark was there. Like I had all these people, and they were like seminars for like how you can make that million into a billion by Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark.
Right.
And like how you can make that dollar stretch for a week by Peter Parker. And my teacher, when she graded it, she told me she had to Google image search, but she gave me the Avengers A.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was like, oh! And
that's cool.
she saw my reaction, and she came over, and she's like, I had to Google image it, but I thought it deserved it. I was like, thank you! You made my day.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I wish I had fun, creative things like that. Instead, I'm just like, oh, here, write a coding problem.
I'm going back to school either next semester or the semester after, depending when I can get financial aid sorted. And I'll be a junior-ish. But pretty much every semester I've had to write a new business plan. And like pretty much a majority of them are like, okay, well, what did I get graded wrong on the last business plan I wrote? Because it's all been the same business. It's just obnoxious that they think that a business major needs to do this every single semester.
Right.
And it's like, and I agree, every business student needs to know how to write one, and they need to know how to write one very well. They don't, however, need to do it till the very last day of their life.
You don't know that.
No, I do know that. I own a business. It might be extremely small and with 10 clients, but god damn it, I do not write.
Yeah, that's definitely what this podcast
is. This is my second business.
Let's use your new business material and get more than 3 viewers. How about?
Oh, I'll write a business plan. God
See, I don't like.
How about let's
like,
use this new business model and then actually get me to edit something.
No. Well, that falls under like employee regulations. I got graded down because you're apparently not allowed to break kneecaps.
That's unfortunate.
Sad.
Oh, my
See, I don't like how most of you are
are
like, yeah, I don't want to be in school. I'm glad I'm not in school, and I'm sitting over here like, I miss school.
If I could go back to college,
I just miss learning things all the time.
Aww.
I'm weird, I know.
it's like
2 + 2 is 4.
Nerd.
Oh my god, I'm definitely in the wrong spot.
Yeah, technically it's my spot.
Yes, get on my seat. Okay, so if you three want to vamp for a second, because the next topic I think can take us for a long time. Brendan and I have to set up something real fast.
Oh.
No, vamp. Just start talking.
About what? What's on our list?
There's
Nerd stereotype.
I want to talk about most of this, so just
there's the fake nerds.
yeah, talk about fake nerds.
Like,
Opinion on fake nerds.
Like, you know, where it's just like,
Oh,
oh,
right.
I'm a gamer girl, and you're like, no, you're half naked with a game controller, you ho.
Okay, that's what
In
I
all
was going to talk
fairness,
about.
I
Because
play Xbox naked, so.
I've
Never
played
mind.
video games naked quite a lot. It happens. It happens. Naked Minecraft happens.
I've thought about video games naked in the shower, but you know, that's all I've done.
Oh.
I was excited to play my new game, so I showered fast, and I was naked.
Okay, that's. I guess that counts.
However,
I hate to cut the Oh, say what you're going to say.
I was just going to say, however, that does make playing Minecraft with you online a
A little more
creepy.
unnerving.
Yeah.
Oh.
Today on the N-word, we have a birthday.
Aww. It's
Do I continue
Do we have to
wish?
sing?
No, you don't. You don't get to sing. Oh,
think I'm
it's
too
cold! Oh, this plate is really cold.
It was in the fridge.
Oh, this was in the freezer.
Yes. This
Oh,
was in a fridge.
It's
Okay,
your,
I
it's
just
your
feel like-
punishment.
We just gave him a cookie ice cream
I
sandwich,
didn't
which
even make
he,
the wish.
which he blew out the
Shit.
candle for already.
Okay, I'll just make the. Okay.
Do you feel better?
That
I do
counts.
feel
That's
better.
the-
Oh, guys,
Oh.
this is adorable.
He has a little cookie ice cream cake. Just in
Yeah.
case you can't see what he's eating.
With aw.
I share this. I hope if you're listening, Viggo Mortensen and Snoop Dogg, I share this birthday cookie ice cream sandwich with you. And this plate is so cold.
If your three viewers were Viggo Mortensen, Snoop Dogg, and freaking Lee Pace.
Lee Pace. Yes.
What's the
That would be
girl's
the
name?
strangest conglomeration of viewers ever.
What's the president's name from that?
Glenn Close.
Close.
How do I eat this? This is...
I had to let it melt enough to be able to get the candle in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to put it back in so it wouldn't melt too much.
Ah.
So that's why it's out of place.
I see. Well, I like the fork. Good.
Keep going with your fake nerd conversation.
Well, yeah, let's talk about
Oh
fake
yeah,
nerds.
we're still recording.
Oh, yeah, right. We're still recording.
That's a thing. Oh.
Okay, but yeah,
Here's the irony. My gift to you is more editing.
Yeah, so fake nerds and shit. I think that there's that girls get a lot of crap because they're like, oh, I'm a gamer girl, and all the guys are like, no, you're not a gamer girl, you're just a girl that has a game controller. And really they're like, no, I'm actually a gamer girl, like I actually play games and I'm actually cool, well, why won't you love me?
Oh yeah,
That's how you say
definitely-
cool, I need a healer.
There's definitely plenty of
Shut up!
female nerds.
The girl always the healer. I'm always the healer. Aww.
There's
That's
definitely
right. Eat your cookie.
Enjoy it.
Eat it.
But there's definitely a plethora of girls who are actual gamers or nerds or geeks in their own way or whatever it might be. Many who are in many ways that we are. But there is a plethora, and I don't know what it is these days. Oh god, I just said these days.
Well, back
Guys, I'm 19
my
today.
day.
I'm 19.
Back when the dinosaurs roamed and the wild beasts were plentiful, and we walked
Today's
uphill.
kids
I believe in you,
just-
Edward.
Get off my lawn.
But there weren't girls pretending to be nerds or geeky. I mean, do you remember any in high school? It
no,
wasn't a
well,
cool
back
thing.
then, it was kind of... It was like a curse if you got labeled as a nerd.
Right. Well, I never really saw it that way because, I had a list of labels by that point.
This is the best fucking cookie ever.
7-Eleven thanks your review.
No, you should have been like, I'll travel downtown to the
Thank you, 7-Eleven. Thank you,
Dear
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, my fellow podcaster bought me a cookie.
But I know what you're saying, and I think it kind of goes in with all the Marvel and DC shit that's coming out nowadays, and people are just like, oh, that's the new trend. I'm gonna go do that, and you can see them in a new movie theater where they're just like, yeah, Avengers, and then the credit scene comes, and they're just like, what? And then the three people in the front are like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's Thanos.
I was at at TradeSmart this weekend because we had this big convention. It was a huge gamer nerd frenzy. It was a national qualifying tournament for HeroClix, Star Trek Attack Wing, and Dice Masters. And of the 200 participants of this tournament, there was one girl.
Yeah.
One. It was very sad because most of the guys were not very pretty either. But she was the prettiest one there, and I felt really bad for her. I was like, you're not getting anything out of this besides maybe a national qualifier, and then how's that doing for you?
That's one of those things where I could have...
At least you can meet people at tournaments like that, but there were some ugly ass guys.
That's something I kind of wouldn't wish I watched her. Watched her walk in the room because it would have been just one gazelle walking into 30 lions, and they're all just like, Craig.
I've got a better analogy. It's like that girl walking into mines.
She was lost.
She doesn't know what she's doing here.
No, but I'm the same way. I look around in my computer programming class the other day, and I was realizing, wow, this is a lot of penis in here. At least my
It's coming out of the wall.
I've been to that place.
An aliens reference, really?
Okay, I have problems lately. It's not my fault.
Lately.
Yes.
But yeah, even first year programming, the very basic level programming class, I mean, it was still pretty 50-50, and a lot of the girls were pretty cute and everything, but oh man, you go one semester up and it's just like, what happened to all the females?
Yeah.
They either died or got hit with
when
a bat.
when I was into Magic, I would always go to this one game store to always play the tournaments or whatever they had. And one time I brought a girl. I brought my friend Sarah Rose, and she kind of got a lot of weird stares, and I won that match. Because I got her to sit next to me for the match. And the guy was just like,
Use psychological.
he missed a lot of his cues to like cancel myself. He's like, oh shit, I should have done that. I'm like, yeah, you fucking should have. Thanks, Sarah Rose.
Thanks, boobs.
Open your blouse up a little more. Come on.
Oh my God,
this is for the championship.
It's like in poker when they have the hot girls
Lady
next
Luck.
to them and everything. Yeah,
Mhm.
Lady Luck. It was not on the nerd level.
I think it'd be more effective on the nerd level, to be
Oh,
honest.
absolutely.
Because it's not like just using her as psychological warfare against the
I
enemy.
ate so much today.
Also,
Oh
if you
my
painted
God.
her green,
Oh,
Mm,
no, that would.
they'd have a stroke and die.
I spent 2 years at the physics department at UNC, which there are 2 girls in it. They're mildly attractive. If you spend any time in there, you're like, women. I need to see women. But I brought a friend to when I did a seminar down there, and when she walked in the room, you could tell 15 guys stopped knowing how to use words. They was like, I can't function right now.
The blood's rushed somewhere else. I don't. What's going on?
It's like, the gays have a lot harder time controlling themselves, because then they walk into a computer programming class and like,
But here's where I feel like the whole argument with no gays in the military. Here's where I feel like we have an advantage, because we've gone our entire lives pretending that we aren't attracted to our friends and
right,
buddies and sports peers and all of that. We are used to keeping that shit on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
Where straight men, they get a little side boob and they become stupider than a dumb rock.
Yeah,
Don't know
Bag
what
of
you're
rocks.
talking about.
So I'm sorry, but gay guys kind of have the upper advantage when it
Absolutely.
comes to someone of the attraction of sex that we are interested in.
Well, and you
being
know
a
that
distraction.
that Spartan warrior combat technique, how they had a specific grouping of warriors and a specific set aside army of just gay lovers,
Mm.
and it was just that's how they fought, is in pairs with their lover, because they would keep each other safe.
Yeah.
They would give their lives to protect their fellow man.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, who are you going to fight more for?
Yeah,
the guy
because-
who's got your back, who you go drink with, or the guy who you're fucking at the end of the day?
Right.
in general,
Sometimes
yes.
the same. Could be.
In a sense.
Yeah.
No.
But it's that same thought of like, you know, a lot of soldiers go fight battles. They go into the army. They're across, you know, fighting wherever, and they're fighting for their family back home. But there, you're fighting for your family who is right next to you.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really cool little
That is very
history
cool.
nerd tidbit.
Ooh,
That's the first one of those history nerd tidbits we've had.
I feel
that's
learned.
that's the first.
In 3 hours.
The first for everything here. Oh, so we went over our nerd things in the very first episode, but now we need to know about Cory's nerd things,
Yeah.
because he's a noob.
I'm a noob nerd.
You're a noob nerd? Alright, Groot. What
Groot. I am.
You are Groot.
Definitely my nerd things are the TV shows. I watch way too much TV.
You've been watching a lot of Supernatural, I know, lately.
God, yeah. I made it through like 7.5 seasons in like a month and a half.
Wow. Oh, that's not.
And not as a student, as a part-time student, junior year in computer science, and also working 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're clearly doing the mistake of sleeping.
Yeah.
If you just
Seriously.
stop sleeping, it frees up a lot more time in your day.
It was actually really funny the other day. I was talking to one of my friends who is actually one of our current leading Olympians for pentathlon, and she was saying how like, yeah, it's just really hard, you know, getting like 7 hours of sleep, it just catches up to you. I'm just sitting there going, oh God, I wish I had 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Like,
Who gets 7 hours?
it's like,
What?
are you
I'm
kidding me?
surprised like 3 people didn't jump out of the vents and just stab her and run away.
Oh,
They're coming out of the walls. They're coming out of the goddamn walls.
Now, is that 7 hours in a week?
yeah, that's about 1 to 30 minute of sleep,
naps.
you know? Yeah. Just
Mhm.
a day.
Cat naps.
Yeah, like called power cycling.
Oh, I just watched this awesome series where it's called High Maintenance. I just told Cory about it a little bit, but every episode, the weed guy comes. That's what connects them all. Is that there's this one guy delivering weed to other people around New York City, and you get like little glimpses into all of these people's lives. And one of these guys' lives, he's like really, really fit, like really muscular, and he wants to keep that, and he's like really obsessed with keeping himself insanely healthy. But he needs a lot of time to do stuff, so he's trying this like Uberman schedule, where he sleeps 2 hours a day in like 20-minute increments of naps all the way across the day. And if he misses one, then he like everything fucks up and he like dies or something. I don't know.
That's pretty intense.
That
But-
He starts hallucinating.
I was
first,
like,
I can
that's
tell you from experience.
and it's like a real thing. Like
No,
you can
yeah.
do that. You can just you can force
It's
your
not
body
recommended.
into getting zero sleep and functioning.
Yes.
But then I think about the Russian sleep experiment on Creepypasta, and
Oh.
I'm like, nope.
Don't remind me.
Ooh, I haven't read this one yet.
Oh.
Do it, Cory.
Okay,
You're
one of-
cool.
Do it
right
before
you're cool.
you need to go to bed.
One of my
Yeah.
one of my favorite pastimes is at work, you know, when it's like a gloomy, stormy day, I'm like, I could be doing homework right now, but instead creepypasta because it's the perfect weather.
Yeah, you need to read the Russian sleep experiment.
Oh, okay.
'cause
I'll look. Yeah, I'll look.
you'll never not want to get sleep ever again.
Yeah.
Because usually I just go on and I'm like, yeah, just random stuff, and I just kind of cycle through, and then I walk out to my car at 11 at night, and biker runs by me, and I almost jump out of my skin and pee myself.
You're
a little
afraid
bit.
you're going to get raped?
Yep. Or
When we were doing
worse.
when we were doing
Thunder
Creepers
River
with
Cancer,
Cancer, and I was staying
Centipede.
up for 24 hours straight, and I was starting to feel like really sick. I was like, the transformation has begun. Like,
It's really
Into-
fun when you make it like to 3 days and you start hallucinating.
Oh,
That's bad.
Where
Yeah.
you're
For
just
6
like,
hours, you could go psychotic.
yeah.
where you're just like, I should go to sleep, but there's
For
dragons in
56
the fucking
hours.
kitchen.
It's 56
Oh my
hours.
god.
56, you go psychotic.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll know that number. 56.
That's the magic number.
I'll count to
That's the magic-
55. I can't
55
not
hours
get...
and 39 minutes.
But colors look really cool because your eyes are like so fucked up from the dark of trying to get to sleep.
Oh.
And when you go outside, yeah, no, it was bad.
I'm judging you.
Judge.
Oh,
that's
that's
fine.
freaky.
It wasn't
I
by
can't-
choice.
I can't not get less than 5 hours of sleep.
I have
If I do,
insomnia.
then I
that is like-
literally do not function. And I get sick, and I must take off the day off of doing whatever just to sleep for another 12 hours.
There have been times where I'd try to work a double, and I'd go to 2:30 in the morning, and then have to get up at 7 for school, and
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm dying.
Mhm.
It's
I
close.
feel
It's-
physically
working.
ill.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't
I'd,
worry.
I'll be able to get
Why
through
would
that
I
day,
ever
but,
not worry?
but I prepare myself for after that day. I'm like, I will be sick.
Right, I admire people that can get 5 hours of sleep and function and do all of the things
Yeah.
and Oprah. How the fuck
Or
does
Beyonce?
Oprah be Oprah?
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaine. Okay, that's it. I just need to do cocaine.
That makes so
I
much
did it in my
sense.
dream.
world.
I did it in my dream. You
You're
guys want to hear about
welcome.
my weird ass dream that I had the other night?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, I
No, we haven't heard it. We want to hear it.
Oh, okay.
No, damn it.
No, okay, moving on.
So the dream was I'm in a clockwork movie theater. You can interpret that as you may.
I was okay.
Whatever a clockwork movie theater
Mine
is.
became
is
the
not complete.
Doctor Who monsters in the Madame Pompadour
Yeah.
episode, but in a theater.
It's very
is not
quite. Very quite.
He's
like,
not
there's
compatible.
Yeah, you were
Hearts
close.
in the walls, making the lights go on.
So I'm in the
Security
clockwork
cams.
movie theater. And I'm watching this movie, right? And I find in my pocket there's a bag of crack cocaine. And I'm like, this should not be here. This is one of those things that does not belong.
One of these things.
User dreams are
The
weird.
other. And the guy next to me is like, hey, what do you got there? And I'm like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. And he's like,
Washing powder.
oh, no, it's
Candy
no
Marimba.
problem. You can tell me. And he tries to get some small talk started. He's like, do you smoke weed? Apparently in my dream, I do
Small talk.
Apparently in my dream, I do smoke weed. And I was like, yeah, oh yeah, totally. He's like, well, how do you, who do you get it from? And I was like, oh, I get it from my sister. He's like, oh, you can just give that, whatever that is to your sister. And I was like, I don't want my sister to think that I do crack cocaine. He's like, oh, it is crack cocaine. Hey! We're getting all excited. And he breaks out some crystal meth. And and he starts
Clearly
smoking this crystal meth in the Clockwork movie theater, and it forced me.
That sentence right there.
Yes, it forced
That's
me
a
to
box
get up
code
in
for a
time for
podcast.
work 14 minutes before my shift started.
Now I understand your Facebook status.
yeah. No, I get it. I didn't want to comment because I'm like, I've had that dream.
You know, I would.
Gee, if it weren't
For
for
me,
that
it's the
guy
Beth
doing the
Healer
crystal
stabbing
meth
me.
in my dream, I would have never gotten up in time.
I would diagnose that with too many pixie sticks, Edward.
Yes.
Too many pixie sticks.
Oh, you can, but they're gay enough that they're sustenance for.
That wasn't a good
feed the
sentence,
gay.
but I
But you
understand
understood.
what you were getting
Okay.
at.
When I was in middle school, people were sniffing pixie sticks.
Middle school. Shit.
Everyone did that in middle school. That
Yeah.
was a thing.
That's a middle
fucking
school
ridiculous.
rite of passage.
Man, that happened in my
That literally
elementary
can
school.
scar your nose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so can cocaine.
So
Yeah.
get a knife.
I have a story about that.
Oh my god, please tell me. When was the last time you did cocaine?
The Pepsi.
Is that your nerd thing, Arco?
Yeah.
Doing cocaine?
Yeah,
I
knew
This is golden showers.
This is all the drugs.
I know a lot about drugs.
I know the whole backstory of black cocaine.
See, I'm glad. I don't even
I
know.
can make drugs.
Black
Is that
tar
okay?
heroin and cocaine. Cocaine is white. And it's
Yes,
See, that's the
Yeah.
thing, though. I don't even
Yeah.
know if you
Crystals.
smoke crystal meth, but that's what he was doing. Like, he was smoking it like a joint. And I was like, I'm so glad that that's what he was doing in my dream, because that means I officially don't know how to do crystal meth. And that's really reassuring to me.
So meth is made out of a crystallized formation. that
Oh,
you can
God,
either
please don't
break
tell me,
up,
though. I don't
crystal
need to
meth
know.
Shatter, make it into powder and snort it, or you can make it into a liquid and inject it, or you can smoke it.
Yo, you can smoke it.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you do know how to do it. You do.
No!
All is lost.
I guess, okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get some crystal meth.
I did see the entire season of Breaking Bad, so I think I can make it.
That makes you an
Okay,
expert
yeah.
now.
Yes.
No, you can't.
Okay, that's fine.
With me, you can.
I saw a post on
Yeah.
Facebook was like,
I'm gonna be Pinkman, you're gonna be the old dude.
I saw this post on Facebook where it was like, all you need to
Same
know
age,
about the
asshole.
American health, all you need to know about the American healthcare system is that there is a TV show where a guy literally makes crystal meth in mass quantities in order to pay his medical bills.
Yeah. I love the meme.
You're
where
goddamn right.
There's a meme where it has him and he's like, it's a Canadian doctor, and he goes, "We start treatment immediately." He's like, "I don't have insurance." He's like, "I didn't ask you about your personal life." It's like Breaking Bad pilot end series.
And serious, that's it.
Yeah, see, Breaking Bad is one of the only shows that I have not jumped on that train yet, and I think it's because I get enough of it at my house.
I had 2 days off, and yeah.
You watched all of
that would
Breaking
happen.
Bad in 2 days?
I also read 3 books.
Wow.
The Druid series.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I haven't done Speed since freshman year of college.
We don't talk
need to-
about that.
We don't talk
It was,
about
a dark,
freshman year.
it was a dark, fast time for me.
It went by like that.
Went by in a flash, you'd say.
The alcohol helped me forget everything, so it's okay.
Alright, so you were going to
You
say
all joke,
something,
but I've
and then
done
I
plenty of
interrupted
drugs in my
then I
life.
interrupted
No, I'm
you
aware.
about the Clockwork movie theater.
Oh, about the Pepsi sticks. Yeah, no, I
There's an
Pepsi
X there.
sticks. The Pepsi sticks.
I think it had to do with Alien, but I'm
No,
not
no.
sure.
Back in
good
elementary
guess.
school, they were doing this stupid ass snorting thing. So my elementary school was badass because they started before high school. Okay.
Mm.
But anyway, this kid was doing it during lunch at cafeteria. He's like, "Hey man, it really clears up your sinuses." And back
No.
then I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You're good." And he does it, and then he's just like, "Something feels funny," and then blood just starts pouring out of his nose.
Oh, God.
They're just like, "Oh my god!"
That's how people die!
I would pay
That's-
money to
that's
have that on
literally-
video.
That's literally Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction. Where you just start, like, rubbing your nose and then... we got a fucking adrenaline shot you in the chest.
We call that a sugar overdose.
Jesus.
Or
Oh,
SOD.
God.
Because he's a stupid
Ah.
sod.
Yeah.
I don't like nosebleeds. Nosebleeds, like, I can handle a lot of things. I can handle vomit pretty well. I can handle gore. If it's a nosebleed, I'm just like, and I can't do it.
Hey,
That's
look
one
at
of
that
those
guy's
things that gets
intestines. Oh crap, his nose is bleeding. I can't handle this.
me. Well, I'm done.
So,
I'm out.
In
I'm
order
out.
to get out of a presentation in 6th grade, I caused my nose to bleed by shoving a pencil up there, cracking it, causing it to bleed, pretending that I was coughing up blood because I had just watched ER the night before and that was some sort of disease, and told my teacher I had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the ER.
The Falcon, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Brady with the
No!
news.
Yeah.
Why did you tell that to me?
You just
You
shut
were a
Edward down.
devious little one.
I was horrible.
You were.
My
You're
parents
horrible.
are saints, and I have never judged them for, having a glass of wine or two at the end of the day. Yeah. No, I was evil.
Oh my god.
I like you're just like, make this presentation on something.
Oh, God, no.
Shove a pencil up my nose and make my
Greg,
nose
what was it
bleed.
on? George Washington?
I don't remember.
You would literally, you played Would You Rather give a presentation or shove a pencil up your nose.
You know what's ironic, though?
You chose.
And now you're on a podcast giving a presentation.
Well, no. That's not the ironic
To three people!
That's not the ironic thing. I actually took first place at Arapahoe Community College during the speech competition, and then took third place statewide.
Wow.
They felt bad for you.
About
you
Uncut.
So obviously there was a big change in between then and now.
It wasn't. I
I
had
watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
yes, changed me, touched me in places, but that's
Can I just make a
that's just Star-Lord.
I'm hooked
Side-
on feeling.
just a tangent?
Go for it.
Yes, go.
Like the saying for Star Wars nerds, it's like, show me on the trilogy where George Lucas touched you. Where he wronged you.
He wronged me with that stupid flop-eared piece of shit.
But continue.
I lost my train of thought.
I don't know why I said Dobby in my head.
No, I love
There's
Dobby.
Dobby in there.
Oh,
It's-
no Jar Jar Binks.
it's
That
Jar
is
Jar
the top
Binks.
of the
It's
They
nation.
give him a
not-
lightsaber and
It's
becomes a free
definitely
elf.
not Dobby.
Bad Jar Jar.
Yoda.
Bad Jar Jar.
And the characters are the same.
Yeah, except
No,
one's
Dobby
still
was
alive.
awesome.
Oh.
Oh. Harry Potter feels. Oh.
And I just broke 3 people's hearts. Sorry, Snoop Dogg.
All 3.
Sorry, Snoop Dogg.
Sorry,
There's
Glenn-
like one dude
Glenn-
like in his
Glenn-
parents'
what's her
basement
name?
just
Close.
listening to
Glenn
us
Close.
like, yeah, I'm Snoop Dogg.
I want to say Glen Coco every time.
You go Glen Coco.
that and Dizzle sure made me hit the fizzles.
Now that we've kind of did a giant tangent, are you nerdy about anything else?
TV shows.
TV shows, that's a big one. But also the video games.
The video games.
I am a pretty big vid games nerd. I mean, to an extent. It's not so much that I have quantity, it's like I've played a lot of video games of like the same video games.
Like the first time that I really kind of
be wearing
befriended
Crocs
Cory,
for those.
besides like when we were in shows together or whatever, but we didn't really talk too much, was like when we did this, when Skyrim came out. And then we brought our TVs to JT's house, and we all took our TVs into his basement and played Skyrim for a whole day.
Yeah, it
For
was
a
like
day.
3 or 4 of us, just TVs set up side by side.
Yeah, it was
all
you,
sitting there.
him, me, and Jack Katarba, I think.
Yeah, and we just played for
So long.
When I was a kid, we had those Nintendo Bricks Game Boys.
Yeah.
And we used to have Game Boy parties.
Oh yeah.
I had the pimped out Game Boy. Mine was like...
Don't do that ever again.
Is it bad?
White people shouldn't.
Is it bad when I think about like the Skyrim party that you had? All I see is like 4 guys playing on 4 TVs trying to catch butterflies at the same time. I need this for my potion.
Man,
Damn torch bug.
that's what Minecraft is, though. It's everyone just like running around trying to break leaves. I need an apple.
Give me a sapling so I can make more wood.
Now it's just, we're all just running around staring at white bunnies awkwardly like, are you gonna fucking kill me? I don't know if you're gonna fucking kill me or not.
Kill me or not. No, they have the killer bunnies in Minecraft now have blood coming from their mouths.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
So now they're
that's kind of a
super
sad addition.
obvious.
That's kind of more fun.
How do you
if
beat
it's a
the
surprise.
killer bunny?
The killer,
you have to craft
killer
a holy
rabbit
hand grenade?
Yes. No, it does a lot of damage. You have 10 hearts and it does 6 hearts of damage per hit. That's assuming you don't have armor though. But it's a boss. It's a mini boss in the game. And it's a 1 in 10,000 chance of a bunny spawning. And it's just a rabbit and it jumps around and it attacks you and it claws at you and does lots of damage. I want to catch one day.
You already did the
wanna
Holy
find
Grail
one and see
reference.
if I
I
can
had to
catch
get
it.
to use another one.
Good luck with that.
That was gonna be mine.
You're gonna start a new world and the first bunny you run into is
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
fucking...
it's gonna happen.
You're like, well,
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Not two.
Is there a specific type of video games that you play?
I'm a PS3. I'm a PS.
He's a
gamer.
console gamer.
Yeah, I'm more of a console gamer. I've recently got a lot more into computer games. Like for the past 8 months, I've been a lot more about comp video games.
That was kind of my fault, though.
Mm,
I did taint you
you
with
did.
the PC
Yeah,
game.
it was
Once you
beautiful.
start PC, you're just like, oh God, no, help me, and then you just get sucked.
Oh, there's so much that I'm discovering now. But I've done quite a bit because I used to be on Nintendo when it was still good.
A thing.
Back,
10 years ago?
GameCube.
Yeah, oh,
when
GameCube.
it peaked at GameCube.
I never had a GameCube.
Because even with Wii, I got the Wii and I was like,
Man.
there were games that I had literally
In a
never
museum.
opened that I was just like,
Wow.
I don't really.
The only games that I really enjoyed were for Wii was Super Paper Mario, and the GameCube remakes for Wii were Super
I liked
Mario
the archery
Sunshine.
games,
Or-
just because you had to do the archery thing.
Yeah,
I
but
liked honestly the only games that were Wii games that I really liked were the Wii Play, Wii Sports,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But otherwise, I love Super Smash Bros. Brawl because I would plug in a GameCube controller. I never played with the stupid
The
stick.
double thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the-
Oh, I
Ninjas.
always played with that.
Oh, I never did.
I
All my
always did.
friends are like, oh yeah, let me get out my Nintendo, and I was plugging in my GameCube because fuck that shit.
For the Wii U version that's coming out though, they're making a Wii U GameCube controller adapter, and they're
Ooh,
reselling the
that's kinda
GameCube
cool.
controller so you can use it for Super Smash Bros.
That's interesting.
Which I think is kind of cool, but I just think I kind of didn't like it just because a lot of the people that still played it were they were like, I can't believe that you can't use your GameCube controller. I refuse to move on to anything new because I like all of the old things because I don't like anything new because I'm a bad person and I fucking hate everything. That's my impression of conservative gaming.
How do you really feel?
Well, for hardcore gamers, there's something just about having that controller instead of having to actually
Yeah, you gonna play
Yeah.
some Pong later?
hell yeah, I'm gonna play some fucking Pong.
Damn right. Ding, motherfucker.
But then even then,
Borderlands,
they
actually.
make those pro controllers too. And those are almost no different, but I guess.
I mean, there's something
Supposed
to
to
the
be a good
nostalgia
controller.
of playing with, the consoles and the controllers
Yeah.
that you grew up with.
Yeah.
I mean, playing some old school Sonic the Hedgehog, or whatever it might be. But with technology comes progression, and nerds and geeks should be all about progression of technology, bless you, because some of the coolest shit comes out.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation 4, their new controllers, it's pretty much the same. But they're integrating a lot of the new cool stuff, like the touchpad, and everything. I mean, that's obviously new technology, but it's still the same feel, same thing. They're
Right.
not getting all fancy. They kind of tried to with their, I don't even know what it frickin' was.
The move.
The
Move,
PlayStation
yeah.
The
Move.
thing that
That
Tony
was
got and we
stupid.
touched for
Yeah.
3 days
Yeah,
and
we
we
were
never
like,
have played
wow,
again.
we're playing Froth! Wait, hang on, analog sticks.
Yeah, I played some because they had some really fun things on there. But yeah, I'm glad that they went ahead and moved on from that train.
Yeah. I just I get really bored with the same mechanic a lot of times. So the new Alien Isolation game.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying and it looks really cool. But I don't ever want to get it, and I think the reason is because the gameplay mechanics work a lot like Amnesia, where the typical horror game where, oh my gosh, there's something scary and you can't kill it at all, so you might as well just hide until it goes away, and then it goes away, and then you repeat. And then you have to take into account that Alien Isolation is a story game for 20 hours. And it's 20 hours of the same shit, of the same, oh, better hide in a cupboard because the xenomorph's gonna come at me again, and
I'm gonna ask Tony's
Replay,
opinion of this
replay.
because he's played a hell of a lot more than I have.
I
feel like you have a rebuttal.
because I am near the end with what's happening.
Bench press?
It does change a lot because at what I'm not
there, plays
I'm not going
forever.
to spoil because you're going to fucking stab
I can
me
do
in the
earmuffs.
throat. Because I would like to point out that the game developers are lying sacks of shit. They're really good lying sacks of shit, mind you.
What do you mean?
They
I don't
the
think he
whole
wants to
time
tell
they
you.
kept up a lie, just to keep the fucking surprise. At one point, they were just like, "Oh, okay,
There's more than one. Tony,
what?
how many xenomorphs are there?
Shut up, John." Okay, how many times have you been wrong when you say that? Shut up.
There's two. I can just assure you that there's two now. Cause
Just
now
the way he
I-
says
there's
it, I
two.
think there's
I can
more
read them.
than one. I
No,
think.
Ripley's got a penis, that's what it is.
What's up?
She's just
You just kind of look down and you're like,
No, it's Michael Fassbender. He came back from Prometheus and he was just like, I guess I'll be in this.
He was
game."
just like, mapping balls! And still gets fucking lost.
Yeah.
But no, it
They're
does
the
actually
androids
change
get lost.
drastically a bunch of the times.
Really?
Because there's more threats than just the xenomorph, because there's also the crazy fucking synthetics, which you can kill those. It's hard sometimes, but you can. And then there's some of the survivors that are just like, I need to survive, but I'm slightly crazy because shit has gone down, so I'm going to shoot you in the face with a shotgun. And you're like, no, I'm going to throw a Molotov in your face. Go fuck yourself. And at some points, you know, you don't even have to deal with the xenomorph, because if you're quiet and stuff, you don't make noise. You know, it's completely fine. But with
Molotovs.
because I
Solves all life's
hate a lot
problems.
of horror
It is a
games.
solution.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Amnesia,
Shut up.
Outlast, and Alien Isolation, because I kind of like that base template that they've got going, because each one is like, it's got the base template, but they're all drastically different. Because Amnesia, you can't fight the monsters. You can throw a chair in their face, and that just pisses them off.
Right.
Outlast, you can kind of at some points, not really, but at some points, kind of not really. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah?
Oh, he just said nothing
Yeah.
in 20 seconds.
40 seconds. You just said that.
For 3
oh my
minutes,
God.
you said nothing.
For 200 years.
Oh my god!
Oh, well, you skipped exponentially.
We can't do that.
It was not linear. I don't know what world
I thought it
we
was funnier.
Fucking logarithmic.
I've been in a great peril lately because I've been trying to find a game that doesn't suck, and I don't want, because I have a lot of those indie games where it has a really cool gameplay mechanic and then it never evolves and it's the same gameplay mechanic and it has little to no replay value. And I'm also sick of the games where it's like the AAA title and it's like, let's play a game with guns. And I'm like, great, guns, and it has little to no
Call
change,
of
and it's
Duty.
just- and it has little to no replay value. I want something kind of in the middle, and apparently that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Great Peril?
I'm really
Great
liking
peril.
I'm really liking
Promise.
the way that they've done the
Back in my day, Great Peril.
Assassin's Creed games, because they always have different
Because
things.
each one drastically
you
changes.
do, yeah.
Besides
it's-
Revelations, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, but it's because same guy. So sure, I'll accept it. But yeah, it's such a great base that they kept with their like foundation, but they changed each one so drastically that you're always like, what's the next one going to be? And this one is really cool. And then the gameplay mechanics always change too. They always have different like, which I kind of find annoying sometimes. I'm not like you. I'm kind of like when I'm, especially binge playing, like, because I binge played Assassin's Creed because I just wanted to get through all the storyline.
Yeah.
And,
He did the same thing.
yeah, and then it was kind of annoying because I get to the next one and I'm still like, yeah, I'm pretty good, and then they like changed everything, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I know nothing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Assassin's Creed is doing really well, and they're adding new stuff too. They didn't come out with their first one or their second one just like, oh look, here's multiplayer now. You know, it's like
Bungie, fuck off.
yeah, it's like now it's their fifth one that finally they're doing like now you can play with another person finally.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's really cool.
I'm super excited for
Yeah.
Unity. Oh my god.
Because like Call of Duty, it was kind of like, wait, there's something that works. Let's do it a lot. Like, wait, people like multiplayer.
And
Okay, everything will be
it
multiplayer.
barely
That's
changed.
unfortunately, that's most AAA games these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just like, oh look, we're gonna have haphazard story, and then, oh look at the multiplayer, and you're like, this is the same as every other multiplayer. Because
Yeah.
Titanfall is goddamn Call of Duty with robots.
Bless you.
I really don't like Destiny at all, too.
Yeah, I've heard really bad things about Destiny.
Seriously, see, this is the first bad thing I've heard about Destiny. Because
Nice.
I don't really have a lot of my friends haven't got Destiny yet, just because we've all been freaking busy.
Mhm.
But the ones that have, I heard that it was really sick and that they really liked it. So, of course, that was like right when it came out too.
Well, we have standards, but
Well,
well, I actually heard the same thing from a friend yesterday, where they were like, "Oh my god!" and they were just like blowing Destiny And I was like, guys, that game sucks. And they were like, you're the first person to say that. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have standards, but like, it's so subpar and unoriginal. It's
Really?
awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't just go blow in any video game.
I don't. I have.
Yeah,
very
standards.
critical. I have standards.
I hear that
He
the
doesn't let him
reasons
kiss
why
on the
it
lips till the second
sucks because, like, the bosses, it's, oh, we're just gonna throw a guy with a lot of health at you. Like, that's what the boss is.
And no ammo.
I've watched almost the whole game on YouTube because I do that with games I don't want, and I'm just like, so I can actually talk about it because it's the same fucking thing over and over. It's just like, oh look, the boss has more health than other people, and he does the same thing as everyone else. Meh. Mm-hmm. And I've played the shit out of Borderlands. I love fucking Borderlands because
I've
each character...
played the shit out of Borderlands.
John.
You've played it moderately.
John.
We don't need you to whip it
You
out
have
and
an
compare.
addiction.
Yeah.
But like with Borderlands and Borderlands 2,
That was so cute.
That was like your comeback. It was just oh yeah, a little water droplets here.
I really hope they got on the recording. I'm gonna go back and listen. Let's see. This is that was at 55:39. Okay, 55.
We should wrap up soon. Yeah, we should.
But anyway, with each character, like, with there's 3 different trees, and if you go down one tree, it's drastically different than going down another tree. Mm-hmm. Because in Borderlands 2, I play as Krieg, and he's a fucking psycho, and you have to play like a fucking psycho. And then there's other characters that are just like, oh look, he's, wields 2 guns, he's kind of crazy, and, you have to play him like the character. And with Destiny, it's like the same damn shit. It's just like, oh look, you all have practically the same ability with practically the same weapons, and and don't even get me started on the loot spawn. The spawn for rare loot is like you're more likely to win the lottery.
Yeah,
It's just them being cheap.
that's the other thing that I hear is that
everything.
it's harder to try and make things happen by like actually playing the game the way that it was meant to be played, and instead go to like a loot cave and just keep shooting shit until something actually happens.
Yeah.
And that's how you're actually going to be able to play the game. It's like, that's not how you should make a game. Mm-hmm. I understand making things incredibly hard, because sometimes when you do it right, like, people will want to aim for that, like killing the Ender Dragon or something, or killing a wither.
Diamond for Cory.
Right. Cory sucks at finding diamond. No, he doesn't suck at finding diamond, he's doing it right and never finds any. Or I find it first.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
That's usually what it is. It's I finding it first. But, like, you shouldn't make a game play mechanic that's hard, but make it so that it's fair. You'd rather not do the same gameplay mechanics and find a way to troll your way out of it and do something else, when really, like, you should just be able to play the game.
Well, it should be challenging yet doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Thank you for saying what I just tried to say in the last 60 seconds.
I was listening and I'm like, how can I make this short?
See, I really like Borderlands because each tree for each of the 6 characters in Borderlands 2, vastly different. You have to combine it with vastly different gear. The gear matters. Destiny does not matter one bit.
Yeah.
And with Destiny, the controls are just so clunky. You can actually see that they've used Halo models, Halo animations for everything.
Yeah. Well, they were just trying to reuse coding and just make it as simple and easy
Bungie
as
is a
possible.
fucking awful developer.
And then
Bungie
just
started
send it
off
out
low.
and make as much
He
money.
doesn't like Bungie. Bungie and Activision should die in a purple fire.
Does Activision COD Blops?
Yeah, one of
COD
the three
Blops
now
needs
COD
to die in
Blops.
a hole.
Yeah.
So does Battlefield.
The only Call of Duty that I liked was when they were just like, what? We're going to introduce something new. Zombies. And then in like a month, they were all just like, look at these stupid-ass DLC maps where there's space monkeys that fuck you up the ass. It was good when it was good, and now it's...
I don't think I played that one.
I didn't play that one.
I
Was that a
vaguely
boss?
remember having a monkey dick in my... I will say. There were a couple days.
It was
I'm
strange
sorry.
you had to pay $9.99 for that.
Yeah.
I should get paid to do this. I don't.
At the very least,
I
that
don't
would be
see this
free.
as
If you're
something that's
paying
pleasurable
$9.99 for that,
me.
I think that DLC has, STDs. It's a dirty DLC.
Yeah, you should do a virus check.
See, I will say I'm partial
get Norton?
to all the zombies, because God knows I spent hours and hours with friends playing that. I mean,
I've wasted
zombies?
weeks.
Yeah, that was
zombies.
fun. And there are times when you're just like, I will say, there are days when I'm at school, I'm like, God, I just want to shoot a dirty zombie in its dirty Nazi head.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of all the apocalyptic possible outcomes, zombies would be the greatest because you can shoot all the people that you secretly hate.
And you know what made zombies...
And it's okay.
What made zombies the
They're
thing that
already
it was is because it was Call of Duty saying, let's try out a new gameplay mechanic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's try out something new.
I
And
agree.
then they just went back to the same old shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, can we get some new shit?
Saying the new thing was too hard.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, and like even the first one that they did, where they did do the 4 DLCs, like that's when they did it right because it was like
Hands down.
it was like here's a new thing. It went over great. It was terrifying and it was unbeatable.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was one of the biggest things. Is it was like
You know you're gonna die
You don't
eventually.
win. Yeah,
You
you
know
know you
there
will
is-
die. It's when do I die in the zombie apocalypse? And how many terrifying encounters will I have until then? And they came out with 4 maps, and the storyline behind it was
Yeah, the
was
backstory.
great. Oh my god, the
awesome.
backstory was
And-
so like secretive and like it challenged you to be like, "Oh, what is this?" And they hid all these Easter eggs in all of them. And then it started like getting more and more, and then it was just like the storyline kind of lost its meaning because it just got so crazy that there was nothing
Yeah.
really.
Because it went from like, oh, look at this cool backstory with these experiments and shit, to that and that, and then it just extremely escalated to like, we blew up half the Earth. Ah, yeah.
Well, we used nukes from the moon and blew up the Earth.
Yeah, and you're like,
Moon nukes.
Moon nukes.
I really like. Sorry.
Schwab.
I really like
They're on
zombies.
the dark side.
Pink
But,
Floyd knew something. I really like zombies because it wasn't just you had to think like strategy, like how are we going to do this so we can not die longer. And
Yeah.
where normal Call of Duty, it's how can I twitch faster to beat the guy that I'm staring down the barrel of the gun from.
Yeah.
And my college roommate and I would just sit there for hours and be like, all right, how are we going to do this better? And we would just waste 2 or 3 hours at a time on one game. And
Yeah.
just because, and getting our strategy down the right way. And it was just so much better because you actually had to think and you weren't like twitching with normal
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
And like the Easter eggs got ridiculous too, which was it was kind of still fun, even though they went kind of ridiculous and it lost the like novelty of the creepy storyline and it kind of became a bigger thing and kind of lost the storyline meaning. The Easter eggs were still really fun to do because I spent hours on that last map on the one that's in the middle of the war zone with the 3 big robots.
I
Very
haven't
last
even
DLC.
played
Have you guys
anything
not
from
seen?
Plum Ops 2.
Oh, I know
the
what
very
Matt
last-
I've seen it,
yes.
but I
where you're just like running along and a giant foot comes down and you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
And yeah, that one, oh my god, the Easter egg for that was so ridiculous. And my friends and I played that for hours, and when we finally did it, it was probably the most single rewarding thing I've ever done in my life, which is very sad, and hence why I'm on this podcast.
Welcome to
See,
the
you
trash
thought it
can
was a
of life.
podcast, it's really just a support group. That's why we have you introduce yourself at the beginning.
Yeah.
We provided drinks.
Hi, I'm John.
Are you starting
I'm a
to see
nerd.
Yeah, we're like, we can provide alcohol because we don't have
Right.
drinking problems.
Well, we do.
problem.
We do.
Him and I have
But-
drinking problems. That's different.
We like to view alcohol as a solution because he's a chemist.
That was a good one. Oh, nerd humor.
Well,
Good times.
On that note, well, thank you all for listening, tuning in, and viewing.
And so if this ever gets actually edited by me, please
200 years in the
and put up
future
on,
when the
on the
aliens
U
discover it.
boobs. Please give us a like if you enjoyed what you heard. If you enjoyed the little clips that we've probably posted as well, and give us a comment on the video and tell us what you think that we should talk about more. What's new in the gameplay world? What did you like about this? What didn't you like? And we'll try and adapt and be fun.
I mean, really share what you think, but we don't give a fuck. Because
Yeah.
some of us might. And if you also want to email us directly, we do have an email at thenwordpodcast@gmail.com. You can ask us questions and we'll answer it on the podcast. Hopefully.
Grand.
If you're out there, anyone.
Snoop Dogg, we're
yes.
talking to you.
Well, thank you, Corey, for joining us, and
Thank you guys.
for the wonderful
support.
birthday cookie ice cream cake that a quarter of which
It exploded.
has melted.
it's coming all over
It's
Santa's
co-
face.
See,
I'm sorry,
there
I
was
just
a
ate
Pac-Man
so much
died.
today. I'm just totally
It's come
full.
back.
It's come back.
Oh, Jesus.
And thank you all for
Back to
joining
the
us.
cum jokes.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.